I hope you missed me. I missed you. I was away at Creative Con, an amazing event in Chicago. And then from Chicago, I went to Romania to visit my amazing client, Bitdefender, all about helping you secure your small business. So welcome to a brand new day. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Let me check my mic levels, make sure they're coming through okay. Looks like it's coming through okay. We got a lot going on, but not so much going on. So I hope your day, I hope your week, I hope it's been well. And we are back. And again, unless I'm traveling, that's when we won't have a Rundown with Ramon. But appreciate those of you who see fit to join us live, to know that we're adding value to you live. And those of you who join us on demand whenever you want to join the content that we have. So welcome to a brand new day. Today, it's all going to be about nobody knows who you are. This is why we must keep marketing. I'm going to go over that, some tips and insights, because no one does know who you are, and sometimes we think people know who we are, but they don't. We're going to touch on some headlines of the day today. In fact, three main headlines. Dutch Bros is betting on energy drinks to take on Starbucks. It's right in line with my thoughts on competition and always marketing. Claude, the AI app services company, is jumping to number one in app stores, overtaking ChatGPT due to, of course, the political fallout that's going on with the Trump administration of using Claude or not. We'll touch on what that means for your business, always what it means for your business. And Netflix CEO sheds light on its failed Warner Brothers Discovery purchase. Maybe it's not failed. Maybe it saved them from something else. So welcome to a brand new day. Glad you're here. This is the brand new edition of today's Rundown with Ramon, always helping you take your business to the next level. Let me tell you, before we dive into the topics of the day today, Korea was amazing. We had about over 100 people who gathered together in Chicago. It was a bit nippy, a bit cold, sure, but it was okay. And the speakers, from John Lee to David Meltzer to James Orsini, to the breakout sessions we had, to the hot seat we had with James Orsini, to Glenn Rudin, to myself, hosted it, to Portia Mystique Steele. So many people were so amazing speakers, and I think the event was a combination of a few things. I think one, it was friends getting together, many of us who knew each other getting together to learn and be inspired to grow our businesses. Besides that, to meeting new people. What's up, Greg Becker? Glad you're here today. Meeting people and hearing people from the main stage, the maybe more known people like John Lee, who has millions of followers, Dave Meltzer, who has millions of followers, and others. So that was good. And then number three, of course, the insight that you take away, just the energy from being in the room. I heard from a colleague, a lady, who said, Ramon, just being in the room and you challenging me on my business was so good. So Chicago was great. Creative Con, again, kudos to my friends, Julie Loken and Dominique, I think it is, Domaski. I kept pronouncing his name wrong. I keep calling him Dominic, but I think his name is Dominique. We'll see, and I always get confusing. I still need to be reminded of the proper pronunciation. Sometimes, hey, we say names wrong. Sometimes people call me Raymond. My name is Ramon, but hey, I go with whatever it floats, their boat, whatever they remember. We're glad to be remembered either way. So Chicago was amazing. And then from there, I flew from Chicago to Romania. Interesting, because it was global international travel. Usually you go back home, repack your stuff, think about, do you have the right things you need for global travel? And I packed. I even bought a new suitcase to make sure I had the right things that I needed in it, and all worked out well. So welcome to a brand new day. This is the Rundown with Ramon, and we got a lot in store for you today. Greg Becker, glad you're here. Good morning to you too, Greg, whether you're watching on demand or live, rather, like Greg is, you're here, or on demand. And Pastor Jeff, glad you're here, Pastor Jeff. It's a brand new month. In fact, yes, as we record this and tape this, of course, when you could be listening to it, it could be in the middle of the day. It could be July, it could be December. But when I'm doing this, it's the beginning of March. So it's a brand new month for many of us. So, but whatever time you're listening to this, what a great day for you. So let's jump into some of the headlines of the day today. Ding, 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 ding. Dutch Bros is betting on energy drinks to take on Starbucks. Dutch Bros is quietly becoming a Starbucks challenger. The coffee and beverage chain, now the third largest in the U.S. by sales, has built a loyal following among younger consumers. drawn to its customizable energy beverages, including Rebel line creations like Electric Berry and Vampire Slayer. Energy drinks now make up about 25% of its $1.6 billion business, the Wall Street Journal reports, but competition is intensifying. Starbucks recently announced a line of energy drinks, and McDonald's is also moving into the cold beverage space. This goes hand in hand with what I'm going to bring up in the next few minutes. Never stop marketing. We always must be marketing to take things to the next level, to take our businesses to the next level. Never stop marketing. You may think, oh, people know me. I'm already known. Well, probably you're not well known enough. And this is why Dutch Bros is seeing this. Starbucks is seeing this. McDonald's is seeing this. They're in a $1 billion combat fight. Hey, Alexandra Nicole, glad you're here. $1 billion fight. Now, you and I are not in that $1 billion fight. But in a way, I'm building my brand. We have here Jeff Moffitt, Alexandria, and Greg, who's here today. So the question of the day is, don't stop, because I'm going to touch on the key elements of why it's important to not stop marketing. This is just an example of the energy drink business, and they're in this mortal combat. It is not even combat. It's to gain incremental market share because the money's out there. The consumer wants something. The question is, will they buy it from you? So that's Dutch Bros competing directly with Starbucks. Starbucks, the leader in coffee sales with Dunkin' Donuts. But hey, there's a competitor right around the corner every single day, and you should never forget that. Ding, 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 ding. Now, as you may have heard, of course, Claude had a big deal with the Department of War, the Department of Defense, President Trump's administration. They wanted to use it to possibly use it for targeting civilians, ICE, and things that are going on. And for, I forgot the part, they didn't like to use it in the military, indiscriminate military action or something like this. Point being, Claude's CEO stood firm and said, no, you can't use Claude for this. And the contract was revoked. And now ChatGPT is saying, we'll let you do it. But there's two things here. A, Claude's surge is rising. I don't know if this it will stay always. Is this just a blip, or it's something that will be there in a kind of a big pillar in Claude's business, where it's seeing that, hey, we stood to our principles, and people like that, and our business is rising. This was actually maybe the best marketing Claude could ever do. In their response, they held firm, or maybe not. We'll see. But the key is, the lesson learned for us business owners is this. Do you have principles? And if you have principles, what are you willing to stick to? What are you willing to stay at in the principles that you have? Are you willing to stick in your principles? This is the name of the game. And some people are not able to do that. Some are able to do that, but it's so important. Keep being known. Don't be hidden. Claude did a Super Bowl ad. They targeted AI. Now they went hand-to-hand combat with the Trump administration, stood up for what they believe is right, and said, no, you can't use it for this. They lost a $1 billion contract with the Department of Defense, but maybe they gained hundreds of millions more customers. Maybe they're making that back enterprise sales. Who knows? But the key is, do not stop marketing. Do not keep getting your name out there, one. But in this particular thing, what is your values? What are your values? What do you believe in? What are you going to keep at? This is the name of the game. My name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Greg Becker said, yeah, Ramon, I got an advertising a campaign scheduled for 9 a.m. today. Advertising. Greg Becker, love that. And Greg Becker, tell people what you do and who you serve and what problem you solve. Tell people a little bit about yourself so I can amplify you here right live on the show. Denny Rust is here. Hey, Denny, glad to have you here. Welcome to a brand new day on the Rundown with Ramon show. Glad you're here. By the way, I got some good news, everybody. I'll be talking to a partner coming up about doing some amazing things with them. I'll leave it at that, but a partner you all know, and millions follow their brand. So I'm excited to possibly have a brand new partner to work with, which is going to take everything I'm doing to the next level. Ding, 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 ding. Interesting headline of the day as well, that Netflix co-CEO is shedding light on its failed Warner Brothers Discovery bid. Now, it may not have been failed. It could have been failed, but this is the thing I want you to understand and listen to. Netflix co-CEO Ted said the company's decision to drop its months-long campaign for control of Warner Brothers Discovery was based on advanced scenario planning. They didn't go into this just willy-nilly. They had very particular goals in this, which helped it determine the deal was no longer financially attractive. Sarandos told Bloomberg the decision was swift after Warner Brothers board determined Paramount's bid was superior. He predicts the debt incurred by Paramount would require $16 billion in cuts and massive layoffs. One upside, Sarandos says Netflix is more likely to release films theatrically after discussions with film distributors. I don't think this is a loss for Netflix. I think they were smart. They went in and said they wanted this. They wanted to own the whole ecosystem and stack. Since they didn't have that, they lost the deal. They didn't lose the deal, actually. They gave up the deal. Great. Another competitor will own much more. It's going to be a lot of debt for them. And maybe sometimes a no saves you from a bad yes. Hey, Karen Isaacs, good to have you here. Thanks for welcoming me back. So this is the lesson of the day. This is the thought of the day today. Sometimes a bad no keeps you from, or a no keeps you from a bad yes. So Netflix held to its guns. And the key is here, they went strategically, they went thoughtfully. This was a numbers thing. They knew the value of buying Warner Brothers Discovery. They knew the value for them. Paramount maybe knew the value for them, and Paramount raised the deal by several billion more. I think it's at 111 billion compared to the initial offering of about 90 billion. These are two giants. Same thing for you and me. I'm doing my first event in New York City, Genius Talks. My first event in a long time. I've done big events. I've done small events. It's my first time back in New York City. I'm losing money in the first event. The venue space alone cost, I think it was a little over $1,000 for a few hours. Hired a photographer, hired event staff, ordering food, doing printouts and things. Events cost me, $1,000 to $3,000, $4,000. Tickets are only $49. Not much on ticket sales. But I'm investing in the event. I have a clear goal in mind because as Genius Talks grows, as the production value grows, as the value to attendees grows, as I build this event side of the business, what I'm doing, it will become more valuable. Netflix knew this. So this is what we all must consider doing as we're growing our businesses. We must know our numbers, we must know the ROI, and we must understand what is the game plan of what we're doing. Everybody, welcome to a brand new day. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Run Down with Ramon. I see my question of the day coming up from Alexandria. I will get to that. Always excited. Alexandria brings the best questions up. Before we do that, this episode is brought to you by our friends at Bitdefender. I encourage you, check out bitdefender.com, bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon, and see how you can make sure your business is secure from malware, from hackers, from spyware, from phishing attacks, from ransomware, all the nasty things that want to attack and keep your business insecure. I encourage you to check out bitdefender.com, bitdefender.com. Go there now. In fact, take a screenshot of this screen. Do that now. Take a screenshot of this screen, Bitdefender, share that out, and I will send you a special gift. How about that? It's going to be digital, but it's something pretty cool that you may like. All right? Take a screenshot, tag Bitdefender, let them know we're on Team Bitdefender, and more importantly, that your small business is safe and secure. The big enterprises, they got all kind of staff and resources, they can do it, but it's a smaller business who also need to be safe and secure from threats. A few other things I'll talk to you about before we move on here. Ramon Office Hours, many of you are saying, Ramon, can you coach me? Ramon, can you mentor me? Ramon, can you help me grow my business? Well, yes, I can. You can join many others who are joining us. Go to RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com, and you'll be surprised to see how I can help your business get to the next level at RamonOfficeHours.com, my mentorship and coaching program to help your business thrive, to help your business grow. All right, our question of the day, then we're going to dive into the lesson of the day from Alexandria Nicole of EYG Events. Love that question, Alexandria. You want to check out what Alexandria is doing at EYGEvents.com, EYGEvents.com. Alexandria is an amazing human, an amazing partner of mine as we both grow our platforms, grow our businesses, and mutually work together. All right, let's see the question of the day. Here it is. Ooh, simple question. 6 simple words, but it's important. What's your contingency plan for burnout? So here's my answer. 1, build a business, build a life, and build habits that burnout doesn't happen. Number 2, build a business, build a life, build personal habits that when burnout comes, or when you get into a busy part of your life where it may be able to come, that you're able to mitigate that and ride the waves of the storm, the seasonality of what's happening in that moment, and not let it crush you. We're all going to have pressure. We're all going to have intensity. We're all going to have moments of our life where things are crushing us. I feel that way now. I was away for a whole week. While I was away, I had Genius Talks coming up. I have Ramon Office Hours. These are events and experiences I get to do. I get to participate in. But it is busy. It's a time to serve clients. I got things right out of frame here to my right. I was up late at night printing things and printing attendee lists and more. So I could feel that way. As Alexandra Nicole asked, what a great question. But I think it's the two things: build a life so it doesn't happen, and build a life so as it gets to that moment, because you're going to have shifts and things, that you have an off-ramp. You can delegate to someone. You can learn to say, stop. Regroup and come back. This is all we can do. I felt a little bit of that angst last night. I told my wife that. We talked about it a bit, different issue, some things we're doing. But I talked about it as well. What do we do in that season? Wow, we got some amazing people here today. Alexandra Nicole, thank you for a great question. Yes, Denny Russ, the answer to that question is yes. Not sure the context, but I'll be there at an event called Black Tech Week coming up in June or something like that. I think it is. Hey, Jeff, run it down, Ramon. Come on, Pastor Jeff. You know what we got to do. Bella is here. Bella, glad to have you here on the Rundown with Ramon. Thanks for being here on the live show. And Greg Becker, love it, love it, love it. Let's see, get to know Greg Becker more. Greg Becker's a Christian life coach. Love it, love it. Love it. Greg Becker, love to have you here. Thanks for being here. Christian life coach. We always love coaches. You should get together and check out Alexandra as well. And I think Denny Russ may be having a question here too. Let me see what this is about. Should they start a separate brand or a professional brand? Denny, I love this question. I'm asked this question all the time. My answer is no. For us smaller businesses, there's no need to have two separate brands. No, I'm Ramon Ray on Instagram professional. I'm Ramon Ray Instagram private. Why would I have two separate brands? Why would I have one brand that just shows my little puppies or the toes of my grandson or something kind of personal, and then the other page that's more business? All the same. I share content, information. I inspire the world. It's all one. There's no, this page is where I inspire people. This page is where I sell you hard. My business page is a source of inspiration, is a source of resource for all. So I love that question, Denny. I'm asked that question all the time, personal or professional. For me, it's all the same. DennyRust.com, Facebook.com/DennyRust, Instagram.com/DennyRustSteel. You know what I mean? All of it, Denny. You should be providing value and inspiration, building up people as a thought leader for what you do. Doesn't have to be, hey, buy this drill, but just to get to know Denny. That's the professional and business side that I think people forget about sometimes. So, Denny, that's what I would say. Wow, time's going so fast. I got to run out of here soon. I got about a 40-minute drive through traffic. Thank you so much, Alexandria. I appreciate you so much. Let me dive into my lesson of the day today about nobody knows you. Keep marketing. Here's a few points I want you to keep in mind today and this week. No one knows you. And when I say no one knows you, what I really mean is, of course, people know you, but you're famous to your cousin. You're famous to your small network, as I am, as Alexandria is, as Karen is, as Denny is, and that's fine. Very few of us will be Coca-Cola, McDonald's, or Taylor Swift. Very few of us. That's anomalies. It's not for everybody. So since that's the case, keep marketing. But even if we are that, you still got to keep marketing, to keep telling your story. Never come into a room and say, I know y'all know me already, so I'm going to continue on. I hear too many people say that. Stop saying that. I know y'all know me already. Always introduce yourself. You never know who didn't hear it the first time. Next point, your existing customers need a reminder that you exist. Your competition is there. Your competition is advertising. Your competition is marketing. You need to do so as well. Think about the potential customers. They might know your name and brand, but they don't know you have a solution for them. I heard Glenn Lundy today talking about how he didn't know Lululemon had clothing for guys. Now, I'm sure 80% their market is for ladies. They got the tight tights that ladies wear all the time, especially in recent years. But he didn't know they had jogging pants and apparel for men as well. He didn't know. So there's always a customer out there that doesn't know you at all or that needs to be reminded who you are. Next point here, customers need to feel great about buying from you. It's a reminder. I feel good about this purchase. I feel good. Whoever sang that song. Customers can refer business to you. Even for customers who've already bought from you, they can be reminded, hey, you already bought from us. You'll never buy from us again. Maybe. Refer other business to us. The competition, your employees, your vendors, they need to know your brand. They need to know your brand. People in your ecosystem, maybe they're not directly buying from you, but don't you want your employees, your team to feel good that they're on the right team? You never know who you're preventing from going somebody else just because you're marketing, just because you're advertising. And don't forget, you can always turn browsers into buyers. Those who are not ready to buy yet, by you marketing, by you advertising, by you being out there like I am today, you never know who you're reaching out to. Hey, Karen, congrats on your Whirlpool. Doris, thank you so much. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. Appreciate you being here. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. I got to drive out to teach. I'm volunteering to teach over the next 3 months. Started about a month ago, teaching in a small school about communication. Today, we're talking about the art of the pantomime, so I'm excited about that. And listen, it's been a beautiful day, a great day. Been great to be here on today's Rundown with Ramon. Those watching live, those watching on demand, appreciate you being here. And the best way you can say thanks to me is to say thanks to our friends at Bitdefender. Tag them, post on them on X, on Instagram, other platforms. Let them know you're hearing us on the Rundown with Ramon. Be blessed. Have an amazing day. I'll be back tomorrow, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Tomorrow I have Genius Talks in New York City, so I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow. We'll see. But either way, I'm glad you're here. Alexandra, Nicole, appreciate you and all those who are joining us live and those who are joining us on demand. Be blessed. Make an impact and make the world a better place. Be safe.